So it's good you just set up your dropshipping store. You're quite excited to make your first sale. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips that you can apply in a very practical way that will enable you to make your first sale very quickly. I want to make it clear right off the bat that you simply won't get rich overnight. The purpose of this video is simply to help you make your first sale. Don't expect to earn 100 or 200,000 raise in a week, 2 weeks, or a month. That's not how things work. So these are strategies that will enable you to make this sale. We know that when we make the first sale, we get excited, we get into an energy, we prove that the business works, we know it works, but we want to see it with our own eyes. That's why this initial kickoff and first sale are so crucial. Of course, you can apply these 3 strategies that I'm going to share here continuously. If you keep selling, even better. Let's move on to the 3 tips that you will understand. First tip for you to make your first sale very quickly in dropship, even without spending a dime. In this first strategy, you won't spend anything. It's known as word of mouth, the famous X1. You make sales to people who are talking about certain products that they may need. Hold on, I'll explain. It's no use just going there, setting up your store, getting it all structured, and then taking the link and sending it to your family group, your college group, your school group, your friends group. It's no use. No one will be interested. For God's sake, no one will be interested. People will see that, wow, that's cool, very nice, and will ignore your store. The strategy I'm talking about here is for you to find in environments where you are already present, a family gathering, a dinner, a meeting with friends or something like that, and you notice the problems that people are usually talking about. In these networking circles that you often hear someone close to you complain, I'm having back pain, I'm having spine pain. Every time I get up, I'm having spine pain. You can identify this, perceive what these people are saying, and consequently find products on AliExpress itself so that you can add to your store and provide the link to this person. Simply, you will send a message to this person days later, only when the product is registered in your store, and simply you will tell her, oh, I saw what you were mentioning about that particular problem. This is very complicated. I've seen many people who are having this type of problem. In fact, I have an e-commerce that sells this type of product, and it helps you solve this back pain problem. Look at this posture corrector. Look at this pillow that will make you sleep better and consequently reduce back pain. So just the example I'm giving you here is a word of mouth. It's an X-Zoom. This is more complicated. It's a much more well-crafted strategy, but it can enable you to make your first sale, and you might be surprised by that. You can indeed make your first sale, even more sales with this kind of strategy, but it requires a lot more work. But think about it, it's the first sale, first, second, third sale, and you won't be investing any real money into this. Second strategy for you to be able to make your first sale much faster in dropshipping. This one requires a certain investment because you're going to invest in ads on Facebook ads. You've probably heard a lot about this already, but basically you're going to create campaigns on Facebook ads that could enable you to make your first sale. But instead of you, when you're creating your ad, putting the link to your store, the link to the product that's in your store, you're going to put a link to a WhatsApp group, that's right, or a WhatsApp group, or even your own WhatsApp, because you're going to talk to these people who are possibly interested in your product, that's right. Instead of directing them to your e-commerce site, send potential customers to WhatsApp to initiate a relationship with them. So you're going to understand the problem that customer might be having, you're going to talk, you're going to convey that trust to your specific customer so that they can indeed finalize the purchase in your store. Essentially, you're running Facebook ads campaigns with a daily investment of 20 to 40 rees lasting 5 to 7 days, which is the recommended campaign duration. You'll send it straight to WhatsApp to communicate with these individuals. It's much more laborious to do it this way, but it can enable you to make your first sale. I see many people, including my students, who use this strategy. Instead of sending to the e-commerce, to the product page, they send directly to WhatsApp to start a conversation there and consequently finalize a sale. Remember, these strategies are to make your first sale. But consequently, you can improve these strategies so that you can sell more and more using these strategies that allowed you to make the first sale. Third strategy, and this strategy, it doesn't need any investment, it doesn't need anything. You simply will have your work, the dedication of time, which basically is you finding ways to take this product, one of the products you are trying to sell in your store, find videos, consequently more eye-catching videos, and try to go viral on these social networks like TikTok, Instagram Reels, or even YouTube Shorts that we have here. So you find a way to go viral and you put the link to your store in the comments in the field of the first comments. Always on these social networks, it is possible to make a comment and leave it pinned because normally people don't access the description that much. To sell your store's products, try posting one video per day for each item. Posting multiple videos in this way can be effective. On TikTok, on Kawaii, you can also post on YouTube, on Instagram for you to try to go viral. But remember, it has to be very eye-catching content that arouses the person's interest so that they continue watching your video and become interested in buying your product. Because if you notice these social networks, it's very easy for the person to swipe up. So simply, if your video is not interesting, if your video is not curious, the person will just swipe up and ignore it. And this strategy is very efficient, not only for you to make your first sale, but for you to have a very large consistency of traffic in your store. You know exactly what I mean. There are many products going viral on TikTok where you access the comments field and there is the product link for the person to buy. It's amazing how well this strategy is being developed, and a lot of people are making a lot of money with this type of strategy without investing a dime in traffic. Pay attention, as this strategy is very worthwhile. Making the first sale requires significant effort, but once you do, you'll feel an incredible energy and motivation. You'll realize that this business is for you and that it truly works, driving you to dedicate yourself even more. I vividly recall my first sale as if it were today. I was on my lunch break at the supermarket, my first and last job, just finishing my lunchbox. I checked my email and there it was, sale made. I will never forget the sale I made in December 2013. That day was very special to me and has allowed me to be here today. I built my empire and make money through the internet. I teach people to do the same. Producing content like this to help others change their lives just like I did was my biggest dream. If you like this strategy and content, please like and subscribe if you're new. A big hug and bye. Subtitle: Adriana Zanotto.